everyone. Okay, so I'm back with week 4 of 2025. And we are going to use Little Man by Lori Whitlock. I have like absolutely no paper left of this one except for like the kitty ones. So this one I will be getting rid of. I don't need that one anymore. So, yep. So my job is done with that. So how's everyone doing? Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3. So this is my third. So this layout right now, and I think I have week 17 and 18, I think, done. I'm trying to look behind me too. So yeah, well, I am been on a roll, you guys, and I started my week 5 is on my desk right now, and oh, you guys, I am just loving it. I woke up at 7:30 this morning and I started, I finished off the last card I needed for the other layout, and then I started week 5, and I've already, so, okay, so that reminds me of what I wanted to talk to you guys about. I am thinking, because I don't know if you guys are watching any of my cut and collage books videos, the hauls of those videos, but I am so in love with these cut and collage books. So in love with them. So let's get started. And they have been so fantastic. And I am completely using them in my layouts. Like, using them now. And I am so excited about that. But I told Tim, I go, you know, I kind of want to challenge myself. And I don't think I can do it. I don't think I have enough variety because a lot of it's, you know, books and food. And I don't think I have enough variety to be able to do one whole layout, like one Project Life layout using the cut and collage books. But I do feel I can do that at Christmas time. Like a Christmas layout, I feel I can do one whole week using nothing but the cut and collage books. And I really want to challenge myself to do that. I think I can do it. And I really want to, you know, I just think, okay, so I was telling Tim, I love these books so much. And, you know, I was telling him how I was telling you guys that some part of me wishes I can cut them all out, you know, but that it's just impossible, that there's just not enough room. So you kind of need to keep them in their book form, right? And so I was telling him, I go, you know, I think if you get enough variety and you don't have a lot of money, okay, like you don't have a lot of money and you don't have a lot of room, mainly a lot of room, right? Because some people have, you know, enough money but not enough room, and some people don't have money but not enough room, you know, whatever, right? Vice versa. And so I was telling them, I said, I feel that if you get a variety of those cut and collage books, that you could do your layouts. Like, you could completely do your layouts and not worry about having, you know, needing the big room. You know, like I have the big room. I have multiple rooms, but you don't, only because I have all these rooms, you guys, because what else is he supposed to do with them? You know, like really. My kids are grown. It's a 3-bedroom house, and I have a bonus room, which that's where the Project Life, you know, it's like a mud room. And that is, what are you supposed to do with these rooms? What are you supposed to do? You're supposed to just leave them for guests? No, I don't want people at my house. And I don't want people staying at my house for more than, you know, a night. So no one needs to live with me, you know, and it's just like, no, no, we're good. So why not fill your rooms up with things that you love? Why not make every room yours? Who cares? You know, it's your house. You pay the rent, the mortgage, you pay. Your kids don't, your parents don't, you know, like if you have your parents with you, you know, you do. So do what you want with your house. And don't worry about, you know, what, you know, this room, what are people going to say when they come over? Who gives a rat's behind, honestly? So my goal, when we move, Tim and I are moving, and we did decide we are moving to San Antonio. As soon as my house gets to a certain price, we are moving. And we're saying, see ya, California. We're moving to Texas. And so, my goal is to have my house. No one, you know, we're going to be in San Antonio by ourselves. Our kids will follow us event. Well, only Matt and Shai. Cordell will be a Californian forever. And I personally, and I was telling Tim, and he agrees, I don't want to die in Hollister, California. I don't want to die here. I don't want to just live in one town in one state for my whole life. I don't want to. That's not an adventure that I want. I want an adventure. I don't want to be stagnant. I don't want to live here and die here. You know, I want to experience other things. And yeah, you know, you can always just live, you know, your house in California and then travel. Yeah, you totally could. But there is nothing for us here. My parents are here, and that's who we care about, are my parents. But my parents don't want to move with us. And it's unfortunate because we could totally have a compound with my kids and my parents if they would move with us, but they just don't want to. And I just don't want to, you guys. I don't want to live like that. So we have decided that we will move as soon as the house sells for a certain price. And so it could be this year, it could be in 3 years. So, but eventually it's going to get to the price I need it to. And when we do that, we'll be able to hopefully buy a house outright in San Antonio. And yeah, and I'm thinking of even opening up a quilt store in San Antonio when we move. So I don't know what life is going to give us, but I'm hoping it's an adventure and one that is fulfilling, you know. So that's what I'm hoping for, but we'll see. Anyways, so where was I going with this? Why did I get on that tangent? You guys always do that, huh? I always lose track. But, oh, because when we move, okay, so that's what it is. Look at me trying to remember and then remembering, and then I'm going to forget again because now I'm just talking. When we move, the house will be either this size or bigger, because I want to combine one. I want a great room. You know, like you see people with basements, you know, huge basements. Well, my house will be my basement, and we will open up walls and everything else. And so the whole house, when you walk into an entryway, you know, you usually have like your living room, family room, you know, bedrooms, whatever. But what we plan on doing is opening up it completely and having one great room, and then all my craft supplies will be in this area. All of them will be combined, so I won't have multiple rooms. We would actually have guest rooms when we move, because I would want my parents to stay with us and the kids if they wanted to, and yeah, and so that's the plan, and that is the plan that I am down for. And so, and Tim, you know, Tim honestly does not care. He never has, and he never will. And if it makes me happy, he is all for it. He's like, you want to do that now? We can do that now. We can change the house now, and you can have what you want, and let's not worry about it. And I'm like, yeah, I know, but you know, I'm not. This is not the house for that. This isn't what I want here. So, yeah. So when we move, it's going to be a craft house. Honestly, it's going to be all for me. And then Tim, all he wanted was a basement. If we moved and it had a basement, because he wants to bulletproof it and soundproof it and make it into a gun range in the basement. And I was like, okay, you go for it. I have the whole house and you have the basement. So, but if we can get a property, you know, I'm hoping for acreage, then he can actually go outside and shoot, you know. And that was one of his dreams too, to be able just to go onto your property and shoot some cans. He's not a hunter. He will never be a hunter, so that's not going to happen. But he can, you know, shoot cans if he wants. And yeah, and you can't do that in California. So, but that's the goal, you guys. That is the goal, is to just live life. You know, we get a second chance at life right now, and that's a miracle. It honestly is a miracle that we get a second chance. And I don't want to take our days for granted, you know? And so, yeah, I just don't want to. I want to be happy, and I want to live life, and not, you know, when we get this house, we will, you know, now I'm going to turn it into one big craft room, and I don't care. You know what? I don't care. We're the ones paying the mortgage. So if you want to come to my house and you don't want to see my craft supplies out, then don't come over. You know, this is my house. I'm going to enjoy it. So yeah. And I'm hoping to get Tim into 3D printing. He has not really embraced it right now. It's okay because we can't afford one anyways. But I'm hoping to get him into 3D printing, and that would be cool. And that I would love that. And yeah. So anyway, so just, you know, goals, guys. I needed goals, and that is my biggest goal right now, is just to, you know, get out of California. I want to get out of California. I don't want to die here. I don't. And then when I die, I told Tim, I said, I don't want a celebration of life. I don't want a funeral. I want you to cremate me, say sayonara, and then, you know, throw me out anywhere you want. I don't care. So throw me out wherever you want. So, but I don't want anything like that. I don't want to do that. I don't like the way it makes people feel when they have to come to your celebration of life or your funeral. Then they talk, you know, highly, put you on a pedestal. And Tim cooked. This is his first time cooking, and he cooked us, I believe it was steaks. Yeah, he cooked us steaks this day. Or hamburger. I think it was a hamburger. I can't remember. I'll have to look at the picture. And, oh, it was a hamburger. Duh. Dinner date. It's a hamburger. He was cooking. He cooked our dinner that night, and it was hamburgers. It was so sweet. So, most of my PLA outs for the month or the year of 2025 may just be Tim and the dogs and the kids. So, I will try and talk to you about, you know, stories and life and stuff like that. But the picture-wise, you're just going to see a lot of Tim, because, you know, I take so many pictures of him and his progress, and you know, what we eat and what we do, and it's just, you know, but we're no vacations right now, nothing like that, so it's all home life right now, and, you know, it's all understandable, right? So, yeah, but, yeah, so, I just, yeah, I feel like I'm a simple girl, but at the same time, I may be a little bit high maintenance. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. But, you know, I got a loving husband who is like, hey, you know what? You want this, you want that, go for it. I'll make it happen, you know. And, yeah, it's like, he's amazing. He's amazing. You know, I know a lot of people have to hide their packages. I know a lot of people have to ask permission for things, and that's not our life. And I know that I am spoiled. I know that I am loved, and that I'm fortunate. There's my son, and there's my daughter. She cooked us dinner this night. So we're finally finding each other again. We're finally getting close again. We're not, you know, completely close, but we're getting there, you know. So we had a falling out, and we had to find each other again, and that was unfortunate, but you know, it happens. It does happen. Every so often it happens. So, and that's okay. But yeah, she cooked dinner, and so Cordell was invited, and we had a great dinner. But what was I saying? Oh goodness, you guys, I am telling you, I'm kind of tired today, actually, because, you know, I did get up at 6:30 yesterday, I think it was, and today I was like, it was 7:17, and I woke up, and I was like, you know what, I feel this is an organic cookie. Our friend is, she owns an organic bakery where we live, and she makes organic treats and breads and stuff, and it's amazing. And so she made an organic cookie, and I'm like, oh my gosh. So yeah, so she makes some really good stuff, so we get to eat it and enjoy it, and it's great. So it's really, really great. But yeah, anyway, so I'll just, you know, talk to you guys about everything and nothing, right? Tomorrow, Cheyenne is having a Super Bowl party. This girl does not care for football, does not care one iota, but she is loving hosting. She hosts, and, you know, she likes being a hostess, and so this was an excuse for her to be one. And she didn't make it a potluck though, so she made it where she was going to cook everything on her own, and now she's like, oh my god, I should have made it a potluck. But we are going to feast like kings. She is cooking everything under the sun, and yeah, so we're going to have a big old feast, and it's going to be yummy. So looking forward to that. And then this week was the week that we got gifts, you guys. We got gifts, and it was so sweet. My dad sent us, because our stupid water, you can't see the bread, darn it. It's okay. I'm not going to sweat it. But I know now to put it under white paper and then cut it out. So I'm going to do that from now on. Our PG&E bill, you guys, was $700. That was for 1 month, right? And it's going to kill it. It killed us last month. Our PG&E bill went down to $600, and it's just like, it's ridiculous. And Tim is on blood thinners and high dose, and he was always cold, so I turned on the heater. Well, that ended up costing us. So I said, well, we need to bundle you up, and we can't turn on the heater. So we can't turn on the heater right now because we're not getting really, you know, we're still in limbo with disability and everything else, right? So so it's like, oh, okay, let's bundle you up. So my dad bought us a couple of heaters, one for my office and one for our bedroom and the kitchen when we're in the kitchen. And so that was really nice. And then I was at the grocery store, and I got our organic potatoes in for, we were going to have loaded baked potatoes, and then you know, this was on clearance. This is organic pizza crust, and it's made from chickpeas. And my friend gave us the bread, the organic bread. But my friend, I was at the grocery store, and I got these 2 pizza crusts because they were on clearance, and then 2 potatoes for dinner that night. And my friend was like, I saw her in the line, and I was like, hey, and so she had a whole cart full of stuff, and then I only had those 4 things. So she's like, get ahead of me. And I was like, okay, I'll get ahead of you, because I had left him in the car, right? And so, well, then I went to the car. I mean, I went in front of her, and then she's like, I'm paying for your groceries. I'm like, oh my god. Almost made me cry, you guys, right in the store. I almost broke down and cried, because we're hurting. You know, we're hurting, and it was just such a sweet gesture. And yeah, so super sweet gesture, and just a thing to do. And so yeah, so she bought her groceries, and I'm like, man. So it was a week of gifts, and it was amazing. So fun, so sweet, so nice. So yeah, and so I documented it all. But those heaters are really good, but it's, my PG&E is still $600. So I'm like, can we not be this much? Oh my gosh. So we applied for the medical discount for PG&E and stuff. So yeah, well, who, you know, people have to pay for them getting sued for millions and millions of dollars. So the customer has to pay for that stuff. So we got, and then they were allowed to charge more this year to up the charges. So yeah, we're paying out of the nose. Our water bill's like $200, you know, garbage is like $100. So it's just, you know, when you talk about your regular bills, it's just like, you're paying like $2,500 just to live, right? And you're like, how are people doing this on a fixed income? And it's asinine. It really is. I'm just like, whew, you just, yeah, I feel for everybody who is struggling. Struggle's real. It really is, and hopefully it'll get better soon. So you're hoping. These books, you guys, Bonding Monsters, Bonding Beasts. It's by Gina Morris. Like I said, I read RH books. I know that's taboo for some people, so you know, to each their own. Don't yuck my yum, okay? I don't yuck yours. So, but the RH books are my salvation. Like I needed them more than anything when I was, you know, waiting, you know, watching Tim on ventilators and stuff like that, keeping him going. And it's just like, you know, my books are my gateway, and they're my drug of choice. And I love these books. They is a new author for me, and these books have been fabulous. There's 6 books, and I'm on book 5 right now, so I still got more to read. But they're super good. But they're RH, okay? So just letting you know, Gina Morris, Bonnie Monsters, they're all RH. So, yeah. So, your warning, your warning was right there. Warning, warning, warning. These books are for people who like that stuff. So, yeah. So anyways, so we got Cheyenne's party tomorrow, and then Monday we got our PTOT was canceled because we have to go, like, it's in like an hour, and on a good day it's an hour and 10 minutes to get to his appointment. It's an hour and 45, an hour to 30, an hour to an hour and a half, or an hour and 45 minutes to get to his appointments on a bad day. So the other day was a bad day, and so it's not worth it for us to go for just one thing. And so they were like, just cancel, because the one person, the OT, wasn't going to be there. So they're like, it's not worth it for you to come up for just PT. And it was like, no, we'll just add a date in March. And it was like, okay. So now we get a break on Monday, you guys. So I went to my mom's today, and we were going to quilt, but it didn't happen. So, but next weekend, people are coming to my house, maybe, we'll see. And at least my mom will, and we'll be quilting next weekend. So we'll applique next weekend. I took all my stuff, but she was tired. My brother's back home. He had been in a nursing facility for 2 months. 2 months. Yeah, 2 months. And now he's back, but he hadn't been back 24 hours, and he already had fallen 4 times. So 3 of those times they had to call the fire department to come pick him up, because he's, 300 pounds, and he's all water weight. He's in stage 4 kidney failure. So he has it's called GBS, I believe. GBS. It's the Guillain-Barré syndrome, something like that. Guillain-Barré syndrome, something like that. But yeah, and so my parents are his caregivers. But if my brother can't walk, my parents can't be caregivers, because they can't lift him, and they're already having a hard time pushing him in a wheelchair. My dad had a heart attack a few years ago, and then my mom is, 4'11", and she's out of shape, and so it's hard for her to push him, and so it's just, it's a struggle. So it's a big struggle right now. So he may not be able to, they may have to put him in long-term care, because I don't think they're going to be able to take care of him. So on this day, I'm not sure, see what I wrote, horsing around, because Tim was being sassy. He was being sassy, and I was shaving his head. So I said, you know what? I'm just going to leave you like this. I shaved down the middle, and I said, I'm going to leave you like this. He started laughing his butt off. So I was like, yeah. I said, you be sassy with me. I'm just going to, leave you. I'm going to leave you like this. And he's like, no. So we were just, messing around and just laughing. So it's good to laugh. And, I got my best friend back. So that's all I ever wanted, was my best friend back, and I do. I have him back. His personality is still great. He just has a slow speech. Basically, he has a speech impediment right now, and that's no big deal. Honestly, no big deal. And so it just takes him a little bit of time to get his words out, and no big deal to me, because, yeah, I'm like, my words always get lost. So I tell him, I said, I may have a TBI also, because I forget so much, squirrel moments, right? That it's always been in my videos, the squirrels. And so I said, we're kind of in the same boat, dude. So So, but yeah, he still has this sassy personality, and we have been laughing a lot lately, you guys. I feel so much pressure has been lifted off my chest, and you know, because we were going through some hard times, and I was going through hard times here at the house. You know, people were making it really hard on me, and it was difficult, and yeah, very, very difficult. And so I took this, like I told my friend yesterday, you know, I had a mountain of stress on me, and you know, I was trying to keep it all in, you know, and I would tell friends on Facebook and stuff, and they know all my personal business, because I needed an outlet, and I needed friends, and that's what they were for me. And so it's just, but now but then I had an epiphany where I needed to talk to Tim. I needed to tell him what's happening, what's going on, you know, everything else. So I let him know everything. And it was very cathartic for me. It was very freeing for me. And so he knows everything that's going on. Yeah, he knows everything. And he's just like, it's okay. It's okay with me. Because I said, you know, we don't have support anymore because I burned bridges. And he's like, it's okay. He's, oh, you need to take care of you, and you know, if that's what you need to do, then it's okay. We're in this together. We got this. And I'm like, yeah, we do. So ever since then, I haven't asked for help. I have been holding down the fort. And I said this on Facebook, you know, I didn't realize how much, because I have a man, a husband, I'm going to speak in that term, I didn't realize how much the man of the house does. And I did not realize until I was put in this position to be the man of the house also. Now, I was the man of the house when raising my kids, because Tim worked, you know, 2 to 3 jobs, and so he was gone a lot. But when he was home, he did everything. You know, he mowed the lawn, he took care of the plumbing, he took care of the electrical, he took care of the woodworking, he took care of picking up dog poop, taking out the trash. He did all of that when he was home. I didn't do any of that. So, you know, and then I didn't realize how much, you know, how much I relied on him to do everything, you guys, to do all that. You know, here I crafted all day, and I made sure the house was clean, but I didn't take out the trash because I don't want to go outside. You know, it's not the trash part, it's the whole sun and going outside stuff I can't stand. And then, you know, and then you have the whole, you know, mowing the lawn. That's outside. I don't do outside. I don't like outside. Outside is no bueno for me. And so that's just, you know, how it was. And so and then, you know, during the night, the dogs have to go out, you know, 4 times a night. Every couple hours, you have to wake up, take them all the way down the hallway, let them out, let them do their business for 20 minutes and come back, and then you're exhausted, right? So you wake up exhausted. I did not realize how exhausting that was, that Tim did it every time he was home, and then he had to wake up in the morning and go to work, and then he would be gone for a few days. So he didn't really get any sleep at home. And I, you know, talk about selfish. I feel so selfish because I didn't help. I didn't get up to do it, you know, and the kids have been gone for quite a while now, for 5 years. Cordell was our youngest, and he left in August of 2020. And he hasn't been back home. And then, you know, so, and Cheyenne's been gone and for many years. And so it's just been Tim and I for the last few years. And I did not realize how much a man does in the house. And I mean, I do, you know, I do stuff too. You know, I'm not cutting myself short either. You know, it's a mutual thing. But I didn't work. And so he was going to work to, you know, this whole time, and I'm just like, oh my gosh. So, you know, just kudos to these guys who just step up and take care of everything and take up the slack of what, you know, I'm going to call it my slack, okay? You don't have to call it your slack. This is just speaking for myself. I'm only talking about myself and for myself. But yeah, you don't realize that until you're put in that position. And wow, I've had to woman up, and I have never had to before because I am a queen and my husband made me a queen. And yeah, so it's a different life, you guys, and one that I'm like, wow, so eye-opener. So yeah, I can only thank Tim. I tell him like weekly, thank you for everything you've done for me. Everything you've done for the house, everything you've done for the kids. Just thank you, because yeah, it's intense, you guys. It's intense. Thank you, Barbara Haish, Christina Folk, Denise Wright. I'm so sorry about your husband too. Her husband had heart troubles, and oh, so scary. Yeah, when Tim had a seizure, I constantly, I'll let you, I'll tell you guys all that stuff when we get to that part of the story, because that way I don't repeat myself a lot of the times. But yeah, I feel for you, Denise. I understand. Yeah, it's stressful. So, all right, guys, what do you think of the layout? I loved it. I loved how everything came out. Everything was perfect, and I'm happy, you guys. I'm finally happy. I'm finally free. I'm finally good. I'm finally good. Yeah. Thank you guys for buying me a coffee. There's a buy me a coffee on my YouTube channel. I've had it for many years now, and 2 people have bought me a coffee, and I just, it's, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I will speak your name the next time, on the next video, and because I want to, I'll explain a little bit more, but thank you for doing that. And it's, yeah, at a time where I need it the most. Thank you. Yeah. All right, guys, take care. We'll see y'all later. Alrighty.